I'm an idealist without illusions. A man does what he must, in spite of personal consequences, in spite of obstacles and dangers and pressures, and that is the basis of all human morality. Our most basic common link is that we all inhabit this planet. We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future. And we are all mortal. The basic problems facing the world today are not susceptible to a military solution. The courage of life is often a less dramatic spectacle than the courage of a final moment, but it is no less a magnificent mixture of triumph and tragedy. Unconditional war can no longer lead to unconditional victory. It can no longer serve to settle disputes, can no longer be of concern to great powers alone. Geography has made us neighbors. History has made us friends. Economics has made us partners, and necessity has made us allies. Those whom God has so joined together, let no man put asunder. There are many people in the world who really don't understand or say they don't. What is the great issue between the free world and the communist world? Let them come to Berlin. Tolerance implies no lack of commitment to one's own beliefs. Rather, it condemns the oppression or persecution of others. Those who dare to fail miserably can achieve greatly. We are tied to the ocean, and when we go back to the sea, whether it is to sail or to watch, we are going back from whence we came. When written in Chinese, the word crisis is composed of two characters. One represents danger and the other represents opportunity. The tax on capital gains directly affects investment decisions, the mobility and flow of risk capital, the ease or difficulty experienced by new ventures in obtaining capital, and thereby the strength and potential for growth in the economy. Our problems are man-made, therefore they may be solved by man. And man can be as big as he wants. No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings. The courage of life is often a less dramatic spectacle than the courage of a final moment, but it is no less a magnificent mixture of triumph and tragedy. Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words Ich bin ein Berliner. Man is still the most extraordinary computer of all. The goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. The cost of freedom is always high, but Americans have always paid it. And one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender, or submission. Physical fitness is not only one of the most important keys to a healthy body, it is the basis of dynamic and creative intellectual activity. Mankind must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Victory has 1,000 fathers, but defeat is an orphan. Things do not happen. Things are made to happen. Conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. There are risks and costs to action, but they are far less than the long-range risks of comfortable inaction. Let us not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer. Let us not seek to fix the blame for the past. Let us accept our own responsibility for the future. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Forgive your enemies, but never forget their names. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. The ignorance of one voter in a democracy impairs the security of all. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty. My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Too often we enjoy the comfort of opinion without the discomfort of thought. When power leads man toward arrogance, poetry reminds him of his limitations. When power narrows the area of man's concern, poetry reminds him of the richness and diversity of existence. When power corrupts, poetry cleanses. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. Peace is a daily, a weekly, a monthly process, gradually changing opinions, slowly eroding old barriers, quietly building new structures. If we cannot now end our differences, at least we can help make the world safe for diversity. The great enemy of the truth is very often not the lie, deliberate, contrived and dishonest, but the myth, persistent, persuasive and unrealistic. The greater our knowledge increases, the more our ignorance unfolds. Leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. John F. Kennedy.